Hello, everyone. We're back in the stream, so it's Lisa and me. But we also have some of our really fair. We met most of these people in our freshman year. I'm gonna do a quick introduction. Actually, I'm gonna let you guys introduce yourself because, like, why not? Yeah. But we both met them in our freshman year, and they're very good friends now. And yeah, we're just so happy to have them on this stream.
Yeah.
Go for it, Hiba.
Oh, okay. Sure. Yeah. My name is Hiba. I graduated from UB last year. I helped out with the publicity team in my time at UB Hacking. So I helped to lead the publicity team for my last 2 years. And it was super awesome. Like, one of my favorite things by far throughout UB was actually working with UB Hacking. The highs, the lows, the many lows, but mostly highs. But yeah, my partner in crime actually for UB publicity, or the publicity team, is actually Harshita. So maybe I can pass it along to her.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
For those of you who don't know me, I'm Harshita. I also graduated last year, so May 2019 with Hiba. Yeah, I've been involved with UB Hacking since freshman year. I signed up to be a hacker, didn't find a lot of joy in that, so I just decided to volunteer. I was like, hey, I really don't have much to do. Like, how can I help? And got into organizing it the next year and the year after, and then I was the director for UB Hacking 2018, right? Yeah, 2018, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we also have Steven with us, a longtime friend and also UB Hacking organizer. I'm gonna pass it on to you.
Steven, introduce yourself.
Hey everyone, I'm Steven, and like Hiba and Harshita, I also graduated, although slightly later than they did. I graduated at the end of the fall semester that just passed, so fall 2019, and I was one of the directors for UB Hacking last year, that's 2019. And prior to that, I was also working as one of the lead organizers on the web team.
Something I do want to say is basically a lot of things on our website was built by Steven, because he has been around for like 5 years now for UB Hacking, and he's been like involved in like the web team for a long time. So a lot of things that you see on the website is stuff that he's worked on. So yeah. And also a little fun fact, I was going to join Harshita and Hiba's publicity team my freshman year, but then another team stole me.
I'm salty about it.
So the other team that stole me was actually Laureen and Greg.
Or just trying to show that she knew a lot of upperclassmen.
Just like, it's amazing.
You don't need to flex on everyone.
No, but they didn't know me. They just stole me. I don't know why. But I remember saying
your aura was just
but no, but I was actually very sad because I had no idea what that team was, and I wanted to join your team. So
well, whatever happened for the best. Here we are.
I wasn't on anyone's team freshman year.
But you were on my team last year.
I was. Yeah. But that's not important. That's not what we're talking about.
That's not what we're talking about. Yes. You can actually go for if you have any questions about anything, feel free to put them out here. It could be about UB Hacking.
Send them in the chat. We're watching chat. Like, if you want to, literally anything about UB Hacking, about what these people are up to now that they don't have to go to school. What's going on here in Davis.
Yeah. Or what's going on in their like post UB life.
I have a question for Hiba. How is the living at home, work from home situation? I feel like people might be curious about that because you are home with your family.
Yeah. So I've been working from home.
Okay, sorry. Connor just sent, can the alumni help me get internships?
Okay, so we have 2 questions. Yes. Yes. So for the internships, yes, I guess would be the answer to that. I think all of us have referral codes. Please feel free to DM us on Discord. You can see us in the mentor section of the members? Great question. As far as working from home goes, I've been working from home since mid-March because of the pandemic, and I had gone to Buffalo initially thinking I'd be there for 2 weeks, and I mean, obviously that's not what happened. I think for the most part, I really appreciate having the stability, even just in our industry, the fact that we can keep working from home and maintain some sense of normalcy where, while like, it might be like literally burning outside, depending on where you are. That is definitely not something to be taken lightly. It is really hard to focus though sometimes. For me, I have this tendency to be like super productive, or like maybe the other way. It's hard to get that balance, but one thing that helps for me is to try to have like a nice workspace and like the area around. If you're just like rolling from bed, like maybe brushing your teeth and then going right to work, and then you like maybe get a snack and then you're like back on your computer to play games or whatever, or talk to friends. That's all well and good, but at a certain point you're like spending 90% of your waking hours in front of your computer, which does take a toll. But yeah, I'm sure Stephen and Harshita have a lot to say about the working from home too. I think overall I appreciate it. Yeah.
Yeah, and just as a reference, the code HEBA 2020 is not valid for any promotional discount. So don't feed
Thank you. Yes, thank you, Moldy Sasquatch. Oh man. Yeah. Actually, is that something I could just drop a link in Twitch chat? I don't know if that's
you could probably drop it in the Discord.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
but
you could
my
tell...
company is an official sponsor. So how does that...
Yeah, so what you could do is like if like a hacker were to choose to like message you and get in touch with you and like want to do the mentor connect if you have the time to do it, or like choose to have to like ask you that question, so they can use any of that like mentor functionality in that bot. And if they choose to do that and have a conversation with you, and if you feel like we're just spreading false information
Don't
in
use
the chat.
the code HEBA 2020.
I'm sorry, the chat just got me distracted. But yeah, like if they get in touch with you through those like mentor things, and you have a valuable conversation, you think it would be a great fit for your company, then feel free to like share that recruiting information with them. I think that should be okay. But yeah, we're not gonna like I don't even know if there's a code like anything like that, like HEBA 2020.
Oh yeah, that's not a
Yeah, I don't think there's a code straight up like that, like
So
referral codes work.
we actually have a question from chat. Anyone wants to talk about it a bit? It's what were the alumni's first internships, and how did they land their first internships?
That's a great question.
So like, not HEBA, do you want to talk about that a little bit?
Not HEBA.
Anyone who's not
Harshita
HEBA?
or Steven?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so my first internship was actually from in my sophomore year. So my freshman year, I applied for a few things. I didn't actually end up getting anything. And then in my sophomore year, I was able to actually get an internship with Google, which is actually where I ended up working right now. But yeah, so the process ultimately was just really applying online and going through the interview process and so on. So like all the stuff that you heard Urjita and Lisa talking about earlier about the resumes, those are actually pretty important things, because once you do send in a resume, like at that point, for many companies, that is pretty much the only thing that they see from you initially. So that is something that you do indeed want to make a good first impression. And yeah, so from my point of view, I applied for that. That's how I was able to sort of get through the door initially, and then of course the interview process and so on. So yeah, unfortunately, they apply online, but yeah.
Online, yeah. I think that's the case for a lot of
Actually, something that I do want to say about that is like, I think Stephen did this, or like if you're a UB student and if you're like in one of our clubs or anything like that, then you would have received this like message from Stephen about his like recruiting initiatives that he's doing with UB as an alumni, right? From his like company that he's working for. So I really think that there's a lot of opportunity there, like to, I guess, add a more human aspect other than just have your like resume go into like a resume database and just like let it sit there. So like attending events like that, I think would be super cool. And there's like a lot of opportunities to that. And I guess like that's one of those things, right? Like this event, like networking really gets you there. I don't know if there's any questions.
No,
I want to
but-
tag on.
Yeah.
Just continue with what Rajita said. So my first internship was actually not through an online portal. I was at this CSE mixer for grad students, and there was alumni who were in the area, and grad students. It was an event for them to connect to each other. I just happened to be there, and I was like, let's go in. And I saw this professor that I knew, and he was talking to someone who was at the time, and even now actually, CTO of a company called ACV Auctions, which is local to Buffalo. And so he was just talking, and I was like, hey, what's up? And he introduced me to the CTO then. And I was like, hey, I'm looking for, I didn't necessarily ask for an internship right then because I was not looking for anything. But down the line, I kept in touch with him. And when it was time to look for an internship, I reached out and said, like, hey, I'm looking for something to do this summer. Are there any opportunities at your company? And he was like, yeah, sure. Send me an email with what you're looking for. And then they didn't have a formal internship program prior to that summer. So it was mostly just trying to get more information on what they were working on, what I could possibly work on. And I had like one round of interview, and then I got it. And then, and I was working at ACV Auctions for that summer.
And ACV is also one of our awesome sponsors for this event. So
make sure to check out their channel and chat with some of them.
Yeah.
They have a huge presence. So like if you go to UB, they have a huge presence here. They're like a local company, and actually I believe Heba also interned there, if I'm not wrong. Yeah. And like when both of them interned, I think it was a much smaller startup than what it is today. Like it's grown a lot very quickly. So definitely a cool company. Make sure to check them out.
Another one of our alumni works there.
Yeah. We just have, so many, yeah.
Yeah. Many people really like ACV. So, okay. Hi, Dallas.
Hi, Dallas. Yeah. Any other questions you have for any of us?
Yeah.
Actually, do you guys have a question for us? Like Heba,
it doesn't have to be related to UB hacking.
Just anything.
How much sleep did you get last night?
That's a good question.
You should go first.
No, I think you should go first.
Okay. I went to sleep probably closer to 1, and
no unit of time. We're just gonna assume
1 a.m.
Oh,
1 a.m.
I thought you were saying like just one.
So
1
in
minute.
total, I probably got like 7 hours of sleep.
Oh,
Not bad.
respectable.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
That's
But
good.
I had to I overslept a little bit, and then I had to leave really quickly because Eartha was like, pick me up something from Timmy's, but she didn't eat it.
I know. I mean, while I drank the coffee, it got me going through the opening ceremony right here. Thanks to Lisa.
Is that finished? Is that cup still full?
No, it's finished. It's finished.
Okay.
Coffee, it's pretty cool.
What's your favorite coffee? You have a question.
Oh, coffee. Do you have like a favorite coffee?
I personally have been loving the cold brew, the pumpkin cream cold brew from Starbucks. Highly recommend. Check it out. Other than that, I do like a nice latte with a non-dairy milk. So like
Okay.
soy milk, almond milk, I'm all over it. Favorite Tim Hortons item? Double, medium coffee, double.
That also happens to be Harshita's favorite drink. So all of us here are fans of the double.
Yeah. Okay. So we have a cool question. What CSC class helped the most well on the internships, assuming the first internships were during your sophomore year?
That's a great question.
Good question.
I think we missed a question, right?
Did we?
Favorite part studying at Buffalo?
Oh, favorite parts of studying at Buffalo.
Oh wow, that's a great question.
Buffalo or UB? Or just Buffalo?
I'm gonna take it as both. I mean, if you want to give clarification, hack prods, please do. The reason I'm squinting is because it's very far away. Anyways,
It's up on the projector.
yeah, it's up
but
on the anyway.
Either. They said either.
Either. Okay, cool. So I'm actually an international student, and I was in Oman. I didn't get to visit any colleges or anything. And when it came time to pick a university, I really liked what UB had to offer. All the people here were super nice, and they were welcoming. Everything that I saw about the CSE community here was also really cool. I didn't hear about UB hacking at that point, but I had heard about the opportunities that a lot of people had here, and I was like, oh, that's kind of cool, and like it seems like a really nice place. I wanted to be in New York State, so I joined, and then I met all these people at UB hacking and loved it. So yeah, that's a little unfortunate. Wow.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah, any of our alumni, what's your favorite part about studying at Buffalo? Eva?
You're dying.
Sorry, I really liked it. Sorry, I was reacting to something else, reading chat and stuff. My favorite part about studying in Buffalo, so I was like pretty much raised in the suburbs of Buffalo. So maybe one of the things that was more surprising is going to UB and being friends with people who weren't from the area helped me see it through fresh eyes and helped as a motivation to try to explore more and, you know, actually go to the places that are so close by versus stick around at home or the places that I already knew. Yeah, there's like a lot of hiking and just nice places to walk around within easy driving distance. It is tough if you don't have a car, but I think there is the UB Stampede.
That's why you become friends with upperclassmen who have cars.
Yeah, or underclassmen too. Just someone who has a car.
Or you wait for your friend to get a car.
She waited for me to get
and it was convenient for me, like being able to drive to work or drive to school. I mean, sorry, not having to pay for that. Yeah, I don't know. I'd be curious to get people's answers who aren't from here, though.
So in my case, I'm not from Buffalo originally. I am actually from Jamaica, the island, not Jamaica, New York. But
two very different.
Like it is. We don't have any snow in Jamaica, believe it or not. But yeah, so from my point of view, one of the things that I enjoyed was really just the environment overall, like working with all the students, faculty, staff, and that's even from not even just computer science and engineering, but even from other departments as well. It's been a really good experience, just interacting with people, whether it's going through student clubs or even working with events like UB Hacking itself. Got to make a lot of really nice connections through this, meeting a lot of people, whether they were organizers or even volunteers, just other people coming in as hackers, sponsors, and all the other faculty and staff members who have helped throughout the years with the event. So it's really been a great experience working on these sorts of events and really just a lot of the engagements that we can have with other people throughout campus.
Yeah, I think in everything what Stephen and Hiba said, but in addition, I think UB in general offers a lot more for undergrads than I've seen in a lot of other schools, just with like being able to be a TA or getting into research early on, or just any activities within the department or even just in the school in general. There's a lot more opportunities for you to get involved, and if there's nothing that fits your interest, you can just go ahead and start something on your own. You can start your own club, you can start your own organization. So there's a lot of support from peers in that sense, and also from the department, depending on which department you're in. But yeah, lots of opportunities, and if there isn't one, you create one.
This is just like a free commercial for UB.
I know
We could,
Yeah, they could just.
I know.
there's just a bunch of people.
One thing to add.
I don't know. Like a couple of my friends have been to other schools. There's a lot of restrictions on a lot of things that they can do. Like you have to be a grad student to be able to do X, Y, Z. But I feel like there's a lot more freedom.
I agree. I also
And for the clubs at UB, especially the student clubs, like a lot of them are, most of them are open for anyone to join in, like regardless of your major or what your background is or so on. A lot of the clubs are open for any of the undergrad students to join in, and even if you wanted to be able to go for something such as being an e-board representative or something like that. So it's really good for people who also want to explore things. If you don't know exactly what you want to really get involved with as yet, you can always play around with it with different clubs and really learn a lot through that experience. Like one thing that I would say, for example, is that one of the engagements that I've been involved with throughout many years, UBNet has actually given me the opportunity to go to Disney down in Florida. While even at a time when I had exams happening.
Wow, those
That's
are great answers.
Yeah, thank you.
We
I
have
like how
another
Steven's head is just like emerging from this like
From-
ether.
From UB hacking.
Yeah. We have another interesting question.
Yeah.
What would be expected of people applying for internships? And we have to know like a certain amount about ComSci before we should even consider applying.
that question hit everyone a little hard. They were like,
I need a minute to think.
big laser.
Yeah, I don't know who wanted to go first. I'm sure we all have a lot to say on that.
I
Yeah.
can say something briefly. So I think if you like don't know as much as other people, like I don't necessarily think that is something that you should try to hide. Like it's definitely like you can definitely like play it off as like, oh, like I really want to learn new things, like I'm excited to learn new things, like whatever your company has to offer. And like people will like that. So it's not necessarily like a bad thing if you don't know as much as other people. And it's also important to remember that like you can like portray it like your own unique experience, like in a way that like tells a story. So like if you can say, oh, I like that, I know a lot about this thing because of like X, maybe I haven't had a chance to learn about like this other thing, but you know, I have like all these other qualities which would make me like a good candidate, like blah blah.
Yeah, no, I think I do want to add something really important there, and I think she really like opened my eyes to it. I mean, also like again, like I think I said this a couple of times, but like I'm in international opportunities work a little differently. Stop. But yeah, they do work a little bit differently. Like you can do everything you want, but I think keeping an open mind for those early internships is a really great idea, especially in sort of like the pandemic setting that we're in so far and like going through this interview process. Because I believe you did like a research thing. You're like after your freshman year, like was it through the NSF?
Yeah.
So like she did research, but that like counts as internship experience, or like you could do an unpaid. I know there's like a little bit of that, but you could do like unpaid internships if they're doing it in other ways, like in a startup, where you really get to learn a lot of things. So yeah, there's a lot of different things. I don't know. I'm sure that Hiba, Harshita, and Stephen have stuff to add. So yeah.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of times if you think that you're not qualified, you're also sort of going against yourself as your own worst critic. And the only way that you know you're not going to get it is if you don't apply, as cliched as that is. And I definitely think that even the act of applying to internships, to jobs, and various other roles is a skill in itself. It's really draining just going through searching job boards and trying to see what you're interested in. You know, writing up cover letters and things, editing your resume. It's a whole nother like extracurricular. So I would really recommend not trying to sell yourself short in doing it. Like obviously if they're asking for, I don't know, like 10 years of PHP, like maybe that isn't something you could talk a lot about, but who knows, right? As Urjita and Lisa were saying, there's such a variety of opportunities, not just like your big tech companies, because we're in programming and just general like tech, hardware, software, firmware. There's so much out there. Like maybe your calling is to work at a nonprofit where you're like helping to, I don't know, like work on their legacy stack and make it much more new and innovative. There's just so much out there. I think the best thing to do is just to apply and talk to your peers and upperclassmen if you have questions.
And on the note of the requirements as well, another thing I'll add is that sometimes you'll have postings from companies about jobs that have requirements that might actually be a bit more like they might be sort of pumped up a bit more to say, okay, we really want someone who knows all of these things or who has this many years of experience. But in reality, sometimes they might not actually want or need to have that specific requirement in that way. So even if the requirements are like, even if you don't fully meet those requirements as they are, let's say you maybe fall a bit short in some ways, it might still be a good chance, or it might still be a good idea to try applying, because who knows, maybe there are also other people going through the same situation who are not able to apply because of the same reasons. Maybe they actually don't need exactly what they wrote that they need. Maybe they actually are willing to take you on, and who knows, maybe you do have something else that they didn't list that would be great for them. So not because you think you might fall short of what they're looking for means that you should not bother to apply. It still would be a good idea to try.
Yeah, I definitely like asked these questions like endlessly to, I think all three of them on this call about like personally for me and like what I should have done. And I think it's really like a numbers game, just like apply for as many things as you can, build your network. And the earlier you start building your network, I think like the more opportunities that like open up to you. So yeah,
if I could, oh
yeah, go for it.
I just wanted to add one more thing because I scrolled up to the question. There was also the question of what's expected of people applying for internships. There isn't obviously going to be one formula, you know, as long as I have one TA opportunity and then I have like a research thing, then I'll get a job here. There are internships that are catered towards people who are earlier on in their college career or however else you happen to be learning how to program. And in those internships, like maybe they're focused on freshmen and sophomores, obviously the expectation for how much coursework you've completed is different than ones where maybe the expectation is that you're close to graduating and maybe you would convert from a intern to a full-time role like after you finish it. But with that in mind, I think usually the expectation is that you're able to communicate about your skills. It helps to be able to demonstrate that you have experience working with other people on teams. The ability to translate a technical problem to a non-technical audience can't be understated. It's small things like that. Often you'll go through an HR phone screen where the person might be just trying to gauge who you are in a work context and how you would fit into the culture. So there are certain things that are maybe a little more ambiguous as far as how you would qualify or quantify it, but they're not necessarily about your technical skills. Like I need to have my algorithms class in and I need to have data structures. Like all of that is important, but that's not the only thing that they're gauging you on. And sort of echoing something that was already said, like definitely try to get involved in things that interest you. There are so many things at a school like UB where it's a huge research institution. So there's a lot of research opportunities to get involved with, of course, but all the clubs that people were mentioning before, just things to fill in your time so they can see like what you've been doing. You can have those really excellent, transformative moments in classes, but a lot of times they'll happen outside of classes too. So yeah, maybe it's like a side project that you're able to show on your resume, stuff like that.
Hiba with the words.
Maybe too many
so
words,
eloquent.
sorry.
I know, she's always been so eloquent.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Just a fan club. Anyways, okay. Moving on. We do have some great questions coming in. And actually one of them was, what new activity have you done during the pandemic? And I think this was like a huge thing when like the pandemic started off, but I guess, you know, what is this like new skill that you maybe picked up or something that you've done? I love that Harshita's like thinking face is like a good like GIF. Like if we, did I just call it a GIF?
Yeah, you did.
On
I can't
stream.
be friends with you.
That's it. We're done. I'm gonna
We're
get
done.
canceled and it's gonna be so bad. I'm sorry, I'm leaving.
Oh, which coffee? Ooh.
But yeah, but that was, yeah. Anyways, what new pandemic activities have you taken on?
Me?
Started
haven't
watching
really done-
anime. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Lisa.
I said I haven't really done anything new. Just
We
been
love that. That's
the
good.
same thing. I was trying, like, at one point I was like, I should, like, leave the house
Mhm.
and, like, go on a walk or, like, take a hike or something.
Maybe.
But
Solid.
yeah, sometimes it hasn't been the vibe, but you know, everything happens for a reason, and sometimes the reason is I just want to stay inside.
Yeah.
True.
What about you guys?
Well, the anime thing wasn't really a joke, for better or for worse. But
I know.
yeah. But other than that, I've been trying to experiment with different art mediums. So I've been working with watercolor more. I have a ball of yarn. My brother got me like some knitting sticks, needles, and but that's been really hard. I've had a lot of trouble trying to get that going.
Oh yeah, Heba got a bunch of us into Inktober. I think we all stopped. It was going strong.
The first day was awesome. Yeah. Yeah, I plan on continuing Inktober for myself throughout November and December. Like, I don't care. I just want to try to keep using those prompts. One day I'll finish.
Well, no.
Aritra said he likes Heba's bookshelf and the setup in the background.
Thank you. Yeah.
Home office.
I see the Heba 2020 keeps going.
Childhood bedroom vibe.
At this point, it's just like you could be running.
It's a movement.
Yes.
I could no, yeah. Don't vote for me, please. Don't vote for me.
That is actually very scary. Yes. Going back to our thing that we said earlier, please do vote and like research your
Yeah.
candidates that you're voting for. They should be really
Early
eager.
voting opened and started today in New York.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's like 30-ish places to do early voting in Erie County if you are registered to vote in New York.
Yeah. Very, very important stuff. Make sure to look into that. But yeah, actually, I do want to talk about, you did mention walking, and like, it's like such a simple thing, but like, I know there's like, this is a very like divided topic because people are like, oh my God, like UB campus is like boring, or like it has the same kind of buildings or whatever. I don't think so. I think UB has a pretty cool campus. This is just turning out to be a UB advertisement at this point, but I do really like UB's campus, and like so you know, I've been like taking a lot of walks around the campus with like a couple of my like my friends, and like we do it, like it's just become like a tradition now to go for like the late night walks. The weather has been really nice too most days, so you know, there's little things I think.
Well, I don't live on campus, so
True.
I don't. If I were to go on a late night walk, I could just walk onto the highway.
It's a little scary.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was another question, and
Did Harshita or Steven want to add on
yeah.
to those, like, what's your quarantine grind or lack thereof? Honestly, it just goes either way.
Yeah, you can go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. I'd say that I haven't been doing anything super exciting as yet. Like, I've definitely been doing a lot more walking and things of that nature, relaxing, being able to watch more stuff on TV, even if by TV I mean like online streaming. But yeah, nothing super exciting.
Yeah, I think weirdly, I have managed to keep a good schedule throughout quarantine. I think there was a priority for me to be sane, and I was living alone for a couple of months. It's gonna sound really weird, but I wake up at 5 a.m. And get all my activities done before work. Lisa. But yeah, I managed to form a routine and stick to it. So it included like reading, getting back into reading, getting back into dancing, going out for runs, which is good now because I live close to a park. If you don't know, like Delaware Park, it's like 4 minutes away from where I live, and it's really nice there to like run around.
Can't believe you just told everyone where you live.
I was just
I don't want to give them an address. There's so many different ways. Like there's so
that
many.
is true. Delaware Park is amazing though.
It is, yeah. But yeah, I think I have been doing well so far in terms of sticking to the routine, and I hope it stays that way.
Harshita goes to bed at like 9, so that's what That's why she can wake up at that early in the.
Yeah.
But she's a very good like. Yeah, I mean, like, I guess this is just about her. Yeah, but she does have a very good routine. Like, she really tries to like stick to it. So it's like,
Well, you live with her, so you would know.
yeah. 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 That's
Remember those days of being in school when she was actually being forced to go to bed a lot later?
Yeah.
Like, she would,
No,
like,
this. No, it just reminded me because she would never go to bed when she was in school. I feel
No.
like she would be up to like 4 a.m. every day for like no reason.
Yeah.
Actually, that's kind of true. I don't think about it. We used to stay up really late for no reason. I just don't know how. Like, physically, it's just not possible right now. There's no way.
Yeah, so we're kind of coming up to the last
10 minutes.
10 minutes. So any closing questions for our alumni when we have them? You can, of course, message all of them. They're all mentors on our server. You can connect with them, ask them any follow-up questions. These are definitely like our go-to people for questions. So definitely, definitely get in touch with them. They're cool people to know.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, let me see.
4AM and Davis.
4AM and Davis.
It's definitely a vibe.
It's a vibe.
Yeah.
It's a lifestyle. Like,
Yeah, it really is. And like, you wouldn't know unless you've been there.
Yeah, not much of a life, but it does happen.
Yeah, but you're just jealous because you've never been here past like 10 p.m.
But that was too late. No, I mean,
I was gonna
Other
say,
than
yeah,
UB
let's
hacking
say that,
weekend.
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, yeah, other than UB hacking.
Yeah.
Oh man.
we've had our sessions past 10 p.m.
Why are you saying it like that?
Yeah.
Our session.
I can speak for myself. I probably got like 10% of the work I was supposed to do.
True, yeah.
Like dancing, music, everything but studying.
Watching
you
stuff
sleep?
instead of studying, yeah.
How do you sleep 8 hours and 4 hours? The same way you watch 8 hours of Netflix in 30 minutes. You don't.
Yeah. I'm gonna check for any other questions. Actually, somebody said they finally learned time management, and I'm like very intrigued with that.
Why?
Please let us know.
Yeah,
Please let
us your tips. I still don't know.
Yeah, I still don't know exactly. Like, I really want to know about time management. Like, it generally is a very cool thing. So please let us know your tips and tricks to that.
Anyone a Love Island fan?
You're
Just wanna
watching that
know.
right now. Anyone the shit? No, this is just gonna be like a bunch of things we like.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, Schitt's Creek is a great show. Everybody should
Creek is
watch it.
great, yeah. But if you watch UK Love Island, let me know your thoughts on the season 6, the winter season. Yeah.
Winter season.
Yeah. Anyone in the chat over there?
Yeah.
Don't call me on Discord.
Is someone actually doing that?
I probably
Yes.
yeah.
I think it's also more interesting when we were live on stream and we had like it open. So it just like it was an interesting time, but we got through it.
I was
Who
trying to
message us with questions?
was
Yeah.
Wait, what?
this.
Hiba's still processing.
Yeah,
Well,
Yeah. I think I missed a crucial sentence. I don't know what you're talking about anymore.
it's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, Harshita, do you have a question?
I don't know. I was just saying that I was trying to navigate Discord yesterday, and I kept clicking on those voice rooms. I was like, oh, not like
You're just sitting
I
there.
wanted to check out the channels, and I like totally missed that voice button to the side, like the speaker button. I would
Yeah.
only so it's like, oh,
Yeah. Oh my God, Angus is watching. Angus.
Oh my god. Yeah, actually, I wonder we did have free pizza at last year. Yes, I think we did.
Yeah,
We
we
get pizza every year.
We
at
had a
UB
lot of
Hacking.
free stuff.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was definitely one of the meals.
Actually, what's been your like favorite UB Hacking like meal?
The cookies.
The cookies. So yeah, we gave out insomnia cookies last year, midnight, was it?
Yeah.
Like 800 cookies. It was a cool time. It was a great time.
It was a
What
great
about
time.
you guys? Like your favorite UB Hacking meal?
I was a fan of, I think one year there was like Moe's I think I was a fan of that.
Was that your freshman year? I think so, like 2017.
Yeah.
I
Also
feel
the
like.
Indian food that like Dan and Luna got.
Yeah,
That was
2018.
good.
That's a cool time. Yeah. It was so spicy. Yes. Or yes,
Oh,
Teresa.
sorry.
Um,
I didn't mean to. Sorry. We all have different tolerance levels. It's true.
Yes.
Yeah.
I couldn't really remember any of the food, but I think that maybe it's just like when you're behind the scenes, you're like eating whatever and then running somewhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's very
Yeah.
fair.
If you want our thoughts on food this year, tune into some of our eating shows.
Yeah.
We had one earlier, our Chick-fil-A,
Yeah.
and maybe we'll have one later when we get dinner. So yeah,
Yeah.
if you want some good content.
Some good content. Yes. I'm not getting into a divisive topic that was mentioned in chat.
What was the
About Hawaiian.
divisive?
It's about Hawaiian pizzas, and that's like I can't. It's too much. Like people are very
Unless okay, so
Is
then-
Hawaiian pizza like pineapple on pizza?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then should we talk about how Ethan Blanton likes his pizza?
How does
More
he like it?
divisive
With
topic.
Emacs or something? Oh.
Yeah, he likes it. I don't know if Ethan's watching.
Hi,
but-
Ethan.
Ethan likes pineapple and jalapenos on his pizza.
I agree with that actually. I used to not really like pineapple on pizza. It made me uncomfortable.
But
then
do
I
you like
tried
it with jalapeno?
I like jalapeno and pizzas. I think I would. I think I've had that before and I didn't mind it.
I haven't tried that combination. I would like to because it like feels interesting with like the sweet and
Oh, we have some pineapple and jalapeno
Sweet
support in
and-
the chat.
sort of sour, spicy thing
Yeah.
going on.
Those are actually not things that I eat in general, so I haven't actually tried them on pizza as much as you're probably
MOH says
Oh, sorry.
hello.
Thoughts on La Rosa?
Oh, La Rosa's took a lot of my money. It's like good and bad.
La
I think I've
Rosa's,
had like one good pizza there.
La Rosa's is good when you're really hungry. I feel like when other times when I was just like, I don't really want like anything else that's available to me right now, I was like, all right, I guess I'll just go to La Rosa's if I'm really hungry. And it was good, but definitely not my first choice.
Someone said that in my country, people put sweet potatoes and potato with pineapple on their pizza.
Oh,
That's
I haven't
interesting.
heard of that. Potatoes in general on pizza.
I feel like I would like a potato on a pizza. Like,
interesting.
Yeah, I've not had one.
yeah.
But that being said, I feel like I've had very basic pizzas because like people normally just get cheese pizza or like something else with like some kind of meat on it. So then I always go for the cheese pizza, and I'm just like, I haven't got to like really experiment a lot. So maybe I'd try Ethan's pizza and let him know.
Yeah. If you have thoughts about Ethan's pizza, message him on Discord.
Yeah.
At him
He's a
in
mentor.
general.
At him
Yeah.
in general, let him know your thoughts on his pizza topping.
Do a
for people who are-
question on Mentor Connect. Wait for him
Yeah.
to shake.
Yeah.
Yep. And for those of you who are like not in UB, like we have to say like taking Ethan's name a lot, but like Ethan's one of our like he's a faculty member
Right.
in this
Professor
department here.
Blanton. Sorry.
Professor Blanton.
Blanton.
Dr. Ethan Blanton.
He has a doctorate. He does have a doctorate.
Yes, he does.
Um,
But yeah, he's loves he's gonna have a workshop very soon actually
Yeah.
at 8 p.m. if I'm
Text
not wrong.
processing on the command line workshop.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Pretty
Yeah.
cool. Sure to check it out.
Angus says, "Oh my God, La Rosa's, what a throwback."
It was 1 year ago, Angus.
What a throwback.
We
Oh my
all
God.
graduated
Not
so
keep up
like-
flaming Angus on stream.
Oh, sorry. No. It's all, we're all
I'm
friends
fine.
here.
We're all friends.
We're all friends, everyone. No one be concerned.
Can we finish up by singing the UBCSE jingle?
Oh god.
Oh God, Kira looked like she wanted to. Eva was like, "What did I just get into?"
How does
So,
it go again?
Great question. We should pull it out.
We singing this without
Pull it up on
singing?
stream.
Yeah, exactly. So actually, another thing for again, if you don't go to UB or like you're like new or something like that in our CSE department, I think 2 years ago was like, or 3 years ago was like our 50th year for CSE in our school, and they celebrated by creating a jingle, and our chair sang it, and like it's just like such a interesting vibe.
Yeah, mods, link it in chat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're gonna link it in our
What is
Discord
it,
server.
like,
Yeah.
stronger CSE, better.
Stronger,
Stronger
better. Wait, future.
CSUB, better
I
than
really need to look this up
Better
now.
you and me, something like
Stronger.
that.
Yeah, better you and me.
Better you and me.
At UB, better you and me. Yeah.
We can share it if you all are
Yeah.
interested.
Oh.
Someone sent it.
Oh, someone sent it. Okay.
Needs to be pinned. I agree, Moldy Sass.
We're also up with our time, so yeah. So any closing questions? But of course, we'll send the jingle. It's great.
Yeah.
So much. Yeah.
I just want to say thank you to our nice, awesome alumni for being on the stream with us.
And hanging out with us this weekend.
I hope that they gave some good advice, but also you enjoyed some of the clowning happening.
Yeah, it's just a
But
clown
yeah.
fiesta.
It really
Yeah.
is. So then I guess with that, we'll close out this segment and, look at our schedule for like what's going on next.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank
Yeah,
you.
it's marbles, right? I saw it on the
Yeah,
schedule.
marbles.
I was like,
Marbles on
they're
stream.
doing marbles on Twitch. That's so funny.
Yeah, and it's
Oh,
actually going to
man.
be run by Will and John, who have been running our stream